Welcome back to Zero ELO Chess, the worst chess series on the internet, and today we're doing something a little different. We're doing Guess the Low ELO Zero ELO Chess. And to spice things up even further, I'm only giving you 9 moves to guess the ELO. This is move 20. Let's get right into it. This beautiful masterpiece starts with the totally free pawn grab of knight takes a7. Now your eyes do not deceive you. Stockfish considers this a good move because white is so unbelievably lost and there's basically nothing actually good they could play. Now yeah, they could have moved the rook somewhere, but why would they even do that? Well, the answer is pretty simple. The rook was actually just hanging. Now, luckily, black does capitalize on that by taking nope. They play rook b8. In this position, white has an important decision to make. They could play the slightly more accurate rook e to b1, but then they run into a big issue. Bishop b6 and their life becomes complicated. So instead, they play the tricky knight move, knight c6. You'll notice that's only ever so slightly worse because knights are tricky and they attack the bishop, meaning that black cannot take this pawn, which they actually do not do, and instead they opt to take the rook. But in this position, something unexplainable happens. White plays rook a to no. They play rook e to b no. They take the bishop. Wow. Now after rook takes c2, this position looks relatively equal. Yes, white has this outside pass pawn, but the material is equal and it's anyone's game. Now white should play the most accurate bishop b1, which they do not do.
Hi, how are you?
Oh shit! So that knight is just straight up hanging now. If you're a tactical player, you might realize that this is a free knight. But also, if you're a mega tactical player, you know that knights are tricky. So how would you take the free knight? Well, the answer is you add more attackers. What do you do when your knight is hanging 2 times? Well, the only acceptable answer is you move it to a safe location and you attack a piece. Or maybe you defend it. In this case, it's not actually so easy to defend it because you can try bishop d5 and then this happens, meaning you don't get this move. But wait a minute, because this could be played immediately. You know how you don't defend the knight? With h3.
What is that?
Black now has 2 very good moves. This rook could take or this rook could take. But black is a tacticianer and realizes that h3 is actually just a really good move. So instead they play rook c7. But you should be noticing that this is actually a brilliant move because now this fork is impossible, but the other one is still amazing. Knight b4 hits the bishop. You can't defend it or you lose the rook. And if you defend it the other way, you lose this rook. Now, here's the thing. That doesn't even need to be played. Instead, knight takes e5, and this is actually a totally fine move. Black thinks to themselves, probably, and then attacks the knight, and white goes, that's a very tricky move, and moves the knight, straight up blundering it, and then black goes, I need to attack the knight again, blundering their rook.
Oh, hello there!
However, if you did not know already, knights are tricky, so knight f4, rook d2, king h2. Why can't I play the next move? Oh, that's because black just lost on time. And now for the ELO reveal. White is 582 and black is 1334. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe.